If it turns out being all West people, we should have done like a white elephant gift exchange or
I know,
something.
yeah, I did think about that if it is Wes only.
Uh, hey, we have Eric from West Lynn.
All right.
Hey, Eric, we were just joking. It may only be all West people because I sent out an email and got a million bounce backs from everyone. So,
Oh, okay. Everybody's on vacation already.
yeah. How's it going over there in West Lynn?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah,
We're hanging in there.
good.
Pump station projects slowly progressing, but we're getting there.
Which ones are you working on now?
We're rebuilding Calaroga.
Okay.
That's that weird capsule looking one down there, north of Mapleton.
Okay.
It was underwater in 97 or whatever
Ah,
that was in the flood. So,
yeah, I've been working on since uh oh good God, 2019, I believe, was the original contract with Murray Smith before they became Consor to do
mm,
our pump station rehab. Started with four and has grown to 12. So by the end of this thing, we'll have pretty much touched every pump station except a few. The newer ones we didn't do anything with, but all the old, 87s and stuff will have been
yeah.
over.
Am I really going to be the only one here?
If you are, we'll just all call it quits. We were thinking about a white elephant gift exchange or something. uh, like Greg said, we may as well just run through it all so it's recorded and posted or whatever. And I'll just send out an email with everybody for the request for information. It's that time of year. So, um,
Yeah, that's the major thing, right?
yeah,
This meeting, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, well, let's kick it off. We'll get started. Eric, you're welcome to stay. I'm just gonna do this so it's recorded and it'll be out there. Oh, Kenny's here too from Morgan City. Good.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, we'll run through it as quickly as possible and let everybody get on with their holidays. So hi all, thank you for joining. If we could just go around the screen, just state our names and our jurisdiction or where we're from. I'll start it off and I'll call on people to go through. Jessica Renner with Wes. Eric, if you don't mind.
Sure. Eric Leyes, Public Works Director and City Engineer with West Lynn.
Excellent. Kenny?
Kenny, sewer engineer with City of Oregon City.
Thank you. Greg, I'm not going to skip over you.
Admin specialist with Wes.
Thank you. Nathan?
Civil engineer with Wes.
Jeff?
Jeff Stallard, capital manager with Wes.
Josh?
Josh Miner, senior civil engineer with Wes.
Andy?
Andy Bachman, Senior Civil Engineer with Wes.
Stephen?
Even engineer with Wes.
Mike?
Mike, engineer with Wes.
Thanks, everyone. All right. So we had a few things on the agenda. I'm going to share screen as soon as I find the button. It's a different place, every app. There we go. And just going to run through. Should be seeing the agenda. We're going to go through, review, approve minutes from our last meeting. And then we had a few things to discuss. It's that time of year when we need some information from our member communities. We also had a late breaking funding request that I was hoping we could discuss in roundtable. Kenny, we'll have to talk about that at the time. I'm worried we don't have the majority of people here, so we may send this as a separate email and ask for people to vote via email so that everybody gets a chance to weigh in and then get it, if it's approved, get that pushed through. So first thing on the list, the meeting notes from our last meeting, I just want to shout out and thank you to Greg, who's now organized us and put us in a much more engineering friendly format. Hopefully folks got a minute to review. It came out in the packet a week or two ago. And if anyone, I would need a move to approve the minutes or notes as taken.
I can make that motion, I suppose. Move to approve the minutes without modification.
Thank you, Kenny. Do I have a second?
I'll second it, Jessica.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, one down. Next thing, I hate the way it puts that at the top of the screen I'm sharing. One of our data requests annually, WES has to submit to DEQ an I&I report, which we've been doing for years. And a few years back, we weren't getting data from our member communities. So it looked really lopsided, the amount of flow and the linear feet of sewers that were being reported and such. So we started reaching out and asking for information from all of you on your collection systems. It's the same form as last year. I believe it was in the packet, but I can send it out again in an email with a request to everyone. If you could please fill in this data to the best of your ability and return it to us by January 15th. We have to compile a report and submit it to DEQ, I believe, by February 1st. So it's a pretty quick turnaround. Are there any questions or concerns on the information?
The Word version was included in the email that went out last Wednesday morning. So
Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do a separate email just so everybody's, I don't know if you're like me, you track via your email.
yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Jessica, real quick. When did you send this out? I had to step out. My mouse battery died and I couldn't unmute myself. That was the first, but
No worries.
when do you need this by?
January 15th.
Okay.
And I will send a separate email this afternoon just so it's at the top of your inbox with the attached form and everything. If you want to shoot it over to your staff, and it's just, you know, round numbers, best of your ability. So
Sounds good.
let's see. Now, how do I get to operator error here? There we go. Next one, third thing on the agenda. Again, it's the time of year when WES staff is putting together budget and CIP numbers for the upcoming years, or the next 5-year projections. And again, just, you know, for the information that you have, we ask for your estimates for projects you have going on and funding you will be requesting under the regional I&I reduction grant. We're just recycling the same information we had from last year. I'll send out the information and folks can update with what information they have now, their best projections for their funding or spending over the next. We do 5 years. If you have less than that, that's fine. So just your spending projections for projects that you're going to be requesting funding under the regional I&I reduction program. So any questions on that one? And again, I'll do a separate email just to keep everything separate and when we ask for it to be returned by. I know Aaron is working on budget now. Jeff, do you have a time frame on when would be a good, is end of January okay for folks to get these numbers back to us?
Yeah, for next fiscal year, anything future out,
Yep.
you know, it's good information to have. As we update our CIP, we can look at that and have some conversations. But yeah, for next fiscal year, you know,
Yep.
July 1, 2025 through June 30, 2026 for us would be our fiscal year.
Great. Any questions on that one? Cool. All right, moving right along. The other thing that I just wanted to remind folks of is under the regional I&I reduction program, part of the requirements for receiving funding is annual reports from the member communities that are receiving funding. Kenny, I know you've done a great job of this, putting reports, for your own city together and sharing those with WES. Eric, I believe technically, since Westland doesn't have any funding with us, we're not holding you to this. City of Milwaukee does have a project, and City of Gladstone have projects that are included in the reduction program. City of Milwaukee, yeah, I believe they have gotten funding already for some things. So yeah, just bringing to people's attention that a part of the agreement is that you turn in annual reports to us on the projects that were funded, and how that worked out, any I&I reduction in the target area, etc. It does state that it's up to you if you want to do that end of fiscal year or end of calendar year. But I just wanted to shoot that out there to keep it, in people's minds that we will be needing some of those over the course of the next year. And are there any questions on that one? Nope. Cool. Thank you. Moving right along so we can get to the holiday parties. Lastly, late breaking funding requests from Oregon City. I did email it out about 15 minutes before the meeting. I am concerned though, because we do need to have a vote of the TAT, and we only have 3 of us here out of 7. We don't have representation from Gladstone, Milwaukee, Johnson City, or Happy Valley. So we can review this, and Kenny, you can kind of talk us through it. And then I will send an email with this attached to everyone with requests to get a email vote from each member community back by the end of December, hopefully. And then we'll be able to do the paperwork on that. So Kenny, if you want to kind of tell us about this funding request.
Yeah, sure. And Jessica, if you could just scroll down to the map, because that's
Sure.
probably the only thing that's truly relevant. Yeah, we're sealing some manholes in a lot of areas, all that space highlighted in purple, handful here, handful there, doing grout injection. So it's just our annual program, combination of manholes that we didn't decide to cover with our with our mainline rehab, because we've separated out our manhole rehab entirely from our main lines. So we double back and we hit our manholes a year later. And then also just some ongoing maintenance. So yeah, about $300,000 worth of work is what we're asking for approval of.
Any questions for Kenny on and this, I just wanted to point out, this is an annual thing that you guys are doing, your manhole sealing rehab. So you're
Yep.
keeping track of manholes and annually going out and rehabbing as necessary.
Correct.
Questions, Eric, Jeff, anybody on Oregon City's manhole sealing program?
Nope,
All
not on
right,
my end.
cool. So again, Kenny, I will, since we do need, a consensus of the TAP members, I will send this out to everybody, separate email, and ask that everybody submit a vote via email so that we can go ahead with the paperwork for this, okay?
Right, appreciate it.
Yep, no worries. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing. Is there anything any of you would like to discuss? We've got some roundtable time. Well, excellent, I like it. Quick meeting. Everybody can get on to getting your stuff done so you can go enjoy the holidays. So thank you everyone for joining. As always, if something comes up, please email, reach out, and we will see all of you in March, and expect a few rapid fire emails from me later this afternoon. All right.
Awesome.
Happy holidays,
you.
everyone. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.